Well, I knew this, but hi,
Well,
people.
of course, but you couldn't see it, could you?
Yeah, exactly. I just happened to have my phone pointed at the screen to make sure I was going to click the right button. And then suddenly my phone was like, by the way, they put this little message in there. And I was like, oh, that's why the OK button is like another half an inch down from where it was. Okay.
That's actually, yeah, there's been a few people talking about that in the last week or two. Because they've been warning people about that.
Yeah.
So when you webcam stream, how are you going to have other people there?
I don't know. I haven't tested it out yet. I might test it out tomorrow, maybe.
What? It's available to use now?
Yeah.
Basically, it's YouTube webcam.
Yeah, YouTube webcam is available to use now because I was looking at it the other day. But I was looking at a few things in the video.
Yeah.
So I might try and test it and see how it works.
Boy, am I glad I'm a dash cam.
I mean, like, I could see, like, maybe if you set up a Skype call or a Facebook call or anything on your computer, but then you'd have to put the sound directly through your microphone.
Yep.
And then, of course, I would have to find a different microphone to use, like, or a different, like, sound input thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by that? Yeah. That was total technical talk.
Like I said, I'm going to try and maybe see if I can test the YouTube webcam soon.
And I don't really want to sit there and talk with my face on the screen all the time. So maybe I'll just put a stuffed animal in front of my webcam.
What's wrong with your face?
I don't want it.
Or we can give it another shot with it getting OBS to work.
Yeah, first we need a new computer. Autism got in the way of that one.
There's other software.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna like it.
What's the other software?
Discord.
Discord? Yeah, but why would I use Discord?
You can see me
using Discord. Discord has a broadcast studio software.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to use it because it fucking sucks.
Warned you. I said you weren't going to like it.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no point in suggesting if it's not going to actually work right.
Well, it's an option.
It's not an option if it doesn't work.
It works for some people.
Yeah.
Very poorly.
I could run the pub stream through Discord. I just don't trust it to maintain a good enough audio level.
Well, if it doesn't maintain a good enough audio level, then it doesn't work. Just saying.
That's why they're getting rid of it, though. There's plenty of people that still
It's like everything. Well, that's like everything else. Everybody has a certain preference. Can't get something to work better or better than somebody else. I mean, that's just everybody's got their own preference. I mean, hell, Peter's giving me shit because even here it is 25 years later, and I still use Winamp because I still like it the best. So it's all a matter of, yeah.
Well, to be fair, yeah, Winamp does really whip the llama's ass.
The thing is, why are they getting rid of Hangout anyway? There's plenty of people that still use it. It seems stupid to me. Why get rid of something?
Because the people who can easily use anything other than just starting up a Hangout are the preferred creators. You know, the ones who make thousands of dollars a month and can just go out and buy a computer without thinking about it.
They just got small people like me over.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know, people like you, I mean, hell, remember, my laptop's 15 years old, still has a 56K modem. If I could afford it, I would go out and buy a nice laptop, but, you know, I've got a wife and kid to support.
I feel like my kid counts as 5 people.
I need a new laptop, but that's going to cost about $800. And I ain't got a penny.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right,
Well,
be right back.
it's Sunday, which means news is going to be kind of scarce. So let's see if there's any fluff pieces we got going on.
Yeah, news is always scarce on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Curiosity rover finds methane levels on Mars, hinting
Yeah.
at the possibility of life. Woo!
Or just some natural geographical bullshit.
Well, don't rule out the possibility of Martians because that's fun.
Tom,
And or ancient bacteria that's already dead.
Bob City, yeah, but I think he might have a much better internet connection. That's all.
Yeah, Discord voice has never been very good.
Yeah.
All right, am I back?
Yep.
No, you're front.
Cool.
And
I am leaving. I'm leaving on my second load.
Sweet. I mean, poop.
Yeah, no, this one's going to take
No,
forever.
that's why I left in the toilet.
I'm going to have to stop and take a break on the way there.
How long is it going to take?
To get there?
Yeah.
Oh, about 5 minutes.
In a measurement taken on Wednesday, NASA's Curiosity rover discovered strangely high amounts of methane in the Martian air. Woo! A gas that on Earth is usually produced by living things. So yeah, that's cool. The presence of measurable levels of methane could indicate the presence of life, since the gas would likely have to have been produced recently by an organism if the reading is actually accurate. So, woohoo! Martians! Yay!
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was quoted as saying, see? Cow farts.
They've reached all the way to Mars. We aren't just destroying our own atmosphere, we're destroying the solar system.
I mean, we have junk flying around space.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, there's a lot more other stuff floating around space than our own junk.
True.
If space is infinite, then it can take infinite amounts of garbage. Woo!
Well, it's actually that's why they call it space, because there's a whole lot of it. I've actually heard it theorized as much as a third of shooting stars is actually junk falling back down to the Earth.
Probably. I mean, you got wrenches that were dropped, like debunked satellites. I don't think Sputnik's still up there, but there's junk like that.
Junk is cool. I like junk. It's fun. Especially when they explode and stuff in space. Space junk is cool. It explodes.
It's probably not fun for the people in the ISS that have to dodge that shit. Well, not really, because there's a lot of it, and most of the time it doesn't come near them.
Well, I don't have that job, so I don't have to worry about it. I'll sleep good. Wake all up to space junk just going poof, kaboom.
And the whole world is dead.
No, just the space junk that goes poof, kaboom.
Yeah, but where's it going to, though?
Oh, but obviously not here because you implied death, and I'm sure there's been space junk that went poof, kaboom before now, and we're not
most
all
of
dead
it
yet.
atomizes on re-entry.
Yeah, there we go.
Or they aim it for the ocean.
It does that. Yeah, poof, kaboom. Anyways, Kim Jong-un is super happy because Trump sent him a letter. That's totally what this article's title is. Kim Jong-un is pleased from latest letter from Mr. Trump's, because apparently the North Korea man is a Trump fan. He's like his super fan. I bet you he got like 5 autographs.
Dear Kim Jong-un. Dear Kim Jong-un, will you be my friend? Check yes or no.
Oh, what is that song?
It's a really old song.
So it's time to say goodbye for the darling. I'm telling you this. I'll send you all my love every day in a letter sealed with a kiss.
Yeah.
Not that song.
No. But so the U.S. Secretary
Yes, Mr. Misanthropic. I was thinking of that one.
Mike Pompeo said on Saturday that he hopes a letter sent by President Donald Trump to North Korean leader Kim Jong-un can pave the way for new talks aimed at ending North Korea's nuclear program. Wee-hoo! It's probably false hope, but whatever. Pompeo,
Why is the US allowed to own nukes, but North Korea is not?
wait, what?
Why is the US allowed to own nukes, but the North Korea is not?
Isn't it kind of obvious?
North Koreans are assholes. Well, then again, so is the U.S.
Wait,
Yeah, so there's double
you
standards.
want equal rights to the point where North Korea is allowed to have nuclear weapons?
Well, why are Western countries allowed to have them? We aren't. I mean, the regime's horrible, but still, should they not have the right to defend themselves? That's the same way we do.
No. That was my entire answer. No.
Actually, other countries aren't having nukes, but while having nukes yourself.
Because while we do have the ability to defend ourselves, we don't go around shooting people out of the sky that are related to us, or chopping people's heads off, or like killing people for just folding a piece of paper. Like we're way more responsible with nukes.
Yeah, I'm saying the regime is horrible. The one
Exactly.
thing is,
So we should not allow them to have nukes, because that could mean that a catastrophe. Fuck equal rights when it comes to catastrophe.
the catastrophe anyway. Any country that launches a nuke, we're pretty much fucked either way, aren't we?
Yeah, but I mean, America's
Depends on where it explodes.
America's not going to do that. We're responsible enough to not do that. They are still barbaric. Regardless, that doesn't matter if I'm Canadian or not. I would rather trust America with nukes than fucking North Korea. Just because you want equal rights all around, that we should give a mass murderer a bazooka, because he should have the right to defend himself. Sure, if you want that to be at the expense of everybody else. I mean, equality for all, even at the expense of somebody else. Good job, Scotty. Good job. I applaud that.
Even if I
nukes yourself. Yeah, this seems a bit hypocritical to me.
Even if Iran gets a nuke, it's going to be an extremely low yield as compared to what the U.S. has in stockpile. So it's one of those things where Iran can get it. If Iran were to get a nuke, that's fine. They can have the nuke if it's actually self-defense. But if they decide to start waving their dicks around with that nuke, we'll show them what a much bigger nuke can do.
Or how about we just don't do that to start with?
If they have the intellectual ability to do it, there's really not too much we can do about it.
Yeah, but we're talking about North Korea.
To police what other countries do.
Yeah, I don't think North Korea has. We should just let them have nukes. It's because equal rights.
All right, see you, Ryan. Have a good day.
Like, just because equal rights. Like, could you imagine the just terrible things he will do with those nukes?
So what if South Korea? So what if South Korea starts flexing?
I don't know.
The big problem is it's a matter of ideology of who controls it now. I mean, if you don't like you may not like the ideology of who controls the nukes that are in existence over there now, or you don't want somebody to have a nuke. Well, what happens if somebody else turns into some major assholes?
We're in big trouble.
I will say the neutral zone has been great for wildlife.
And also, the other point is, if you're saying everybody has the right to defend themselves, North Korea doesn't get nukes to defend themselves. Sorry, that's not what they use them for.
So what if South Korea starts flexing on North Korea?
Well,
Because
North
South Korea has
Korea
nukes.
the only reason North Korea has them is to make themselves look powerful to their own people. That's why they have them.
Exactly. So that's not self-defense, is it?
Again, why should you stop them from making them?
Because they will do terrible things.
And according to them,
Things.
the countries who do have nukes already do terrible things.
Yeah,
It's
but
all
we're not-
subjective.
we might do terrible things, but we're not going to use our nukes against other people. We don't do that
How do you know?
because we haven't done it.
Okay.
We have a nice trend
what
of
keeps-
not using nukes.
What keeps you from doing it?
Hopefully, a decent.
What if Justin Trudeau? What happens if Justin Trudeau one day decides to wake up and says, "Hey, Quebec, you're gone"?
I feel like somebody will stop him. I feel like we have, although slightly slighted at the moment, we still have a decent moral compass to not use nukes on Quebec or anybody else. And I don't think, well, we could do bad things with things means we should totally just be like, North Korea, go ahead. You know what? Just go for it. You know, because, I mean, you totally deserve to have some nukes because
They've already done it. There's the thing. They've already built the stuff. They've already tested nukes. They've already built nukes. They already have them.
I know.
They haven't weaponized warheads yet. But what says you're really going to stop them? At this point, if they already have an enriched uranium, weapons grade uranium, you cannot. There's really not much you can do about it except march some people in there and hope they don't detonate nothing first.
Yeah, but this argument is about why we should be able to denuclearize them. Why should we do that? Why shouldn't they be allowed to have nukes? It's not about, well, they already have them, so it's about, well, because essentially Scotty's going, they should be allowed to have them because we do.
What if they're, yeah.
And I'm saying you don't give a tyrant a big gun just because we have one.
But that's actually precisely what kept. That is actually the arms race is precisely what kept America and Russia from wiping the entire human race off the earth during the entire Cold War. Is the fact, it's called mutually assured destruction.
Yeah, but you think that North Korea being nuclear is stopping everybody else from using them?
It'll stop it. It will stop people from flexing on North Korea because.
But people should flex on North Korea because they're very, very bad.
Yeah, nobody.
According to them, that's very subjective. Saying they're very, very bad is subjective. To them, they're very good. Hell, to a lot of people in North Korea, most of the people, they really don't care what's going on.
That's not true. There's been a lot of people that have tried to flee North Korea and either died along the way. They usually try and make it into China because they think it's much better than North Korea. There's a ton of North Korea survivors trying to exit and leave.
And there's people in South Korea trying to get into North Korea, and there's people in Mexico trying to get into America. People in America trying to go to Mexico.
Yeah, but
that's
North
the way
Korea
it is.
North Korea's president, they're bad.
Yeah, North Korea is.
Well, technically, their king is dead.
Well, they weren't the king. He's the president. He's the
North Korea president bad.
But he's dead. But anyway, nobody's saying that Kim regime is good.
I'll be back. I gotta go to work.
He's bad, and he shouldn't have nukes. So yes, trying to denuclearize him is a good thing because I'm sure he'd be like a kid in a candy shop with a big baseball bat. Just saying.
But then what would happen if someone else tried to attack them? Because it's okay just that they can't defend themselves against that.
They lost the right to defend themselves when they decided to kill people.
But we kill people as well. The fucking West kills people all the time. We just drop bombs on innocent countries all the time, don't we? I mean, I know that Britain does. I know the US does. France does. I'm not so sure about Canada, but they probably do as well.
Yeah, well, we don't kill as much people as fucking North Korea does. And usually we have a reason to do it. It's a messed up reason, but we usually have a reason to do it. And we don't just randomly fuck up people for ripping down a flyer. North Korea bad.
Well, North Korea normally kills its own citizens rather than other people.
Exactly. North Korea bad.
North Korea is really only a threat to its own citizens.
And that's bad.
Nobody's saying it's not bad, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't be allowed to.
Yes, it does. They lost the right to kill themselves when they proved irresponsible and immoral.
Yeah, we've all done it. Every single country in the world has done immoral things. Does that mean they shouldn't?
No, but in this present day moment, fuck the past. In the present moment of today, you probably shouldn't give North Korea the ability to blow shit up. Never mind that we've done stupid shit in the past. How about today? How about right now, where we're not really doing a whole bunch of stupid shit?
Then you're saying, then that's like saying, well, but then you could just say, well, shouldn't give any country any reason to give anyone anything to blow things up because they could then turn into a tyrannical regime for all
We could, but we aren't. Right now we're not, and right now they are.
The US,
And
Canada, Britain,
we have to deal with that as well, because you're absolutely right. Every country does have a right to defend themselves, and in fact, Western society recognizes that. Why do you think America pays for most of Japan's defense? And that's actually why Japan is so technologically advanced as well, because they didn't have to pay taxes for any military or any kind of defense of their country because America does it. So they got to pool a bunch of their resources into technology and everything else because America took care of it. When Japan bombed people and they lost, we said, fuck you, you got no more military. However, we recognized the right that they needed to defend themselves, and we went over and defended them for them. That way they could never rise up and do stupid shit again, but they're still able to protect their borders. I believe same happened to Germany for a while.
That's because the Allied countries felt sorry for them.
I do feel sorry for the guy who got hit by both nukes and lived.
After World War II,
It's
Japan and Germany.
we felt sorry for them. It's because we did recognize that every country has a right to defend themselves. So that's what we did.
Felt sorry for them. That's why. Because they're both on their knees.
Yeah, and we could have left them there.
Yeah, but no, you felt the US, Canada, whatever, Britain all felt sorry for them.
No, it's not about feeling sorry. It's about if we didn't take control of their defenses, they could build more. They could eventually rise up again. So it was a stopper to not allow them to do that by saying no more military for you. And then having our own people in there stop them from doing it again. It's not about feeling sorry. Nobody does things because, oh, poor them. Country did it so that they could be like, you know what, you're never going to be a threat again.
Plenty of people do that.
Yeah, it was not pity. I don't think America and Britain and that would willingly pay for military to go over to other countries because, oh, poor Muffin, here will help you. Absolutely not. No country would do that. Not for this long. And I'm sure it would be the same for North Korea. But denuclearizing them doesn't mean they can't defend themselves either. It just means they don't have nukes. I'm sure they could still defend themselves with a goddamn tank.
No,
Tanks not enough? Can't defend themselves with tanks?
Not from people who do have nukes.
Yeah, but we're not going to nuke them.
How do you know?
Because we wouldn't do that.
Says who?
Well, Canada wouldn't, but the US might.
I don't think so.
One of the reasons Iran, North Korea, and all that are trying to build nukes because they think we will.
Yeah, but we won't.
The US isn't doing it.
How do you know?
If we were going to nuke them, we would have done it already. Or we would have threatened to do it already. The US wouldn't.
How would you know?
I don't
Because
know. Have you not heard the rhetoric from all the news people that's saying Trump will?
no, he won't.
How do you know?
Because he's always proved
don't.
that he doesn't like to kill people. That's how I know. I mean, he already proved he wouldn't kill 15 goddamn Muslims in a drone strike because 15 innocents were going to die. If he can't kill 15 people, how is he going to nuke a whole country?
I mean, he's already said it. He literally already threatened North Korea before. He said if they touch Guam, they're going to get nuked.
Yeah, he's not going to do it.
So he would be stupid.
I mean, he lashes out in anger or shit that he doesn't mean all the goddamn time, and he never does it.
I don't know. Maybe he might do it though.
He won't. I have to believe that there is a moral compass somewhere, and not everybody can just go off the deep end at the next day. I have to believe somewhere that there's some good in people, and there's some good in society, and there's some collective morality that wouldn't allow that to happen, not from the U.S.,
The fact that it hasn't happened yet is the moral compass to good. But what happens when that runs out? Sooner or later, it will.
Well, then North Korea shouldn't have been so irresponsible. They shouldn't have been killing their own people then. And then they would have been trusted with nukes.
So it's okay to kill their people. Yeah, but we've dropped nukes on them and they're also killing their own people. And then we're also killing their people as well. How's that fun?
Well, yeah, well, we don't. We don't nuke people. And maybe we'd trust them with nukes if they were more like good peoples. Maybe if Kim Jong-un wasn't proven to be a fucking psychopath, we would trust North Korea with nukes. But we don't, because he's a goddamn psychopath.
And according to Kim Jong-un's supporters, he is good and moral and godlike, and it's us that are the psychopaths.
And they're wrong.
It's all relative.
It's all relative, but they're wrong.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter. It absolutely matters. They might think that they're right, but they're not.
If you're going to, honestly, if you sit and condemn them and what they want to do as far as getting these weapons because of how you feel and you believe, you have to take into account how they feel and how they believe about us.
Even though they're wrong?
That's subjective.
It's truth. They are wrong.
Yeah, to you, yeah, they are, but to them, they're not.
To them, they might not be, but they're wrong. They're wrong about that. If you can torture somebody for pulling down a flyer off a wall, you're wrong. And it doesn't matter if people think you're right. You're still wrong. There is a right and a wrong.
Okay, so hold on. So
I mean, it changes that.
So a government who has committed
What up,
violence
Matt?
against its own people does not deserve a nuke. That's what you're saying.
In this present day, yeah.
Okay, then the U.S. has to get rid of their nukes. Iran has to get rid of nukes. Almost every government in existence has to get rid of their own nukes because they've all done it.
Yeah, but in this present day, not 50 years ago or 20 years ago or 100 years ago. In this present moment, who is killing their own people and who is not?
The U.S.
And how
The
are
U.S. is how many U.S. citizens did Obama kill in drones? New Kent State shooting.
were they military?
CIA testing in CIA testing against inner city blacks by releasing radioactive material into ghettos.
Giving the African American population syphilis without their knowledge and without treatment.
Okay.
The moral compass of our government would never do that has been done over and over.
I feel like that's a little different than just randomly killing people for folding Kim Jong-il's face or pulling down flyers or shooting down your own brother in a plane. I feel like it's a different scale. And I feel like it happens way more frequently in North Korea than here, where people will get beheaded just for making an unsanctioned phone call.
What about the people in Flint that still don't have clean water, as far as I know, and
Move.
other places?
It's not a clean drinking water versus getting beheaded for making an unpermissioned phone call. You really think those are in the same category?
No, but it proves that governments.
I have a huge problem with people getting lead poisoning, okay?
Well, obviously, it's not a good thing, and we do have water problems.
There's actually a man. There's a man in prison right now for 2 life terms plus 40 years for making a website.
He's not dead, is he?
The U.S. threw him in a box to die.
Let me
He
guess.
will
the
die in that
WikiLeaks
box.
guy?
Huh?
Let me guess. The WikiLeaks guy?
No. Ross Albrecht or Albrecht.
I don't think the U.S.'s little problems even amount to the problems in North Korea.
But that's the thing, though. It's that you're still condemning North Korea for stuff that U.S. has done as well. All right, be back in a moment.
In the past and on a smaller scale.
You don't know if it's on a smaller scale, do you?
Yes, you do. Go look on YouTube, and you do know it's on a smaller scale. It's everywhere. Like, I'm not saying that every country is absolutely innocent and no country has ever done any wrong. I'm sure every single country has their own shade on them. But in this present day, in this present moment, if you compare America's transgressions to North Korea, I will find there's a big difference. On crimes against humanity, there are a big difference between America and North Korea.
How about crimes against nature? Do you know anything about fracking?
Yeah, I do, actually. I don't really care, though. I only know about fracking because I was working as a cold caller to calling people to ask them about their fracking experiences. Because an oil company wanted to know how people felt about it.
Well, I've heard about fracking. The problems of fracking are vastly overrated, aren't they? Problems with them.
No, they're not. They're very real. It depends on how much money the company is putting into safety and updating their equipment. Some companies that like to cut corners can do a hell of a lot of damage for a community.
I do know most areas that fracking has happened in now have to ship in water.
Yep. Not to mention the roads get torn up to hell as well.
Math Queen, if you're available later, I would like to talk to you about fracking. I want to be interested into...
I can use a girl to argue for me.
Just because she's the same sex as you doesn't mean she's going to agree with you on this.
No, but it's nice to have a girl.
Damn it, now No Doubt's stuck in my head. I'm just a girl, better not let me. I'm just... sorry.
It's all good. Moving on, I'll find something else to argue about.
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, no, it's my problem. I freaking... Something's not sitting right with me, and that stinks to hell.
Okay, Oh, here's something... Oh, oops. It changed. Okay. This is something randomly stupid that people can just be like, what a dumb person. Peter, you're very quiet.
Yeah, am I? Sorry.
It's okay. I was just.
I forgot Peter was here.
I know. He hasn't been anything like this whole stream. I'm like, wow, Peter's so quiet.
I'm all right.
Maybe it's not because you woke him up early for your text.
I didn't wake him up that early. He was up at like 8:30. It's not that big of a deal. And 8:30 is totally not early.
It is early for me.
Well, yeah. But...
I was slowly talking to you at that time.
Tom, I think he did.
Hi, Math Queen.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yo, Math Queen, what up?
No, Tom, I've not fallen asleep.
So, yeah, you were saying stuff about fracking?
It was just a thing that was gone over in my class. How it was a different method of a single point being able to drill at an angle. I was like, they can drill at angles now? That's so cool. So I was just like, oh, this is really interesting. There was more stuff that was covered, but there was also this thing called carbon capture method. I don't know if...
Yes, carbon captures.
Do you know about this green carbon capture?
No. I need to look into more green technology.
I had it explained to me, and then I just didn't store it into memory because I didn't think I was going to need it for a while. And it only came up because Joe Biden technically plagiarized a carbon capturing company's slogan and mission statement for his own presidential writing, because that's what he does.
It wasn't technically, he did it.
Yeah,
Back in the
I'm
80s.
pretty sure. Yeah, how would Joe Biden use carbon like, I don't just capture carbon, I also capture little girls.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, he was talking about carbon capturing for like being more green and blah, blah, blah. And basically he said word for word what was on their website for their company. So, yeah.
But like with carbon capture, from what I remember, it's they liquefy carbon and they pressurize it to where it becomes it's either they liquefize carbon or they pressurize it until it's a liquid form, and all of the tapped out or dry wells, either natural gas or oil, they're just like, oh, there's so much empty space under there, let's just fill it up with carbon. And that's what they do. Just fill it up with carbon.
Well,
What form of carbon?
a lot of things. So, I mean, if carbon's a lot of things, how could that go wrong?
Ooh, what's everyone's favorite form of carbon? Or if you have one.
I don't, because I'm not a nerd.
Life.
I'm kind of partial for from the carbon nanotubes.
I like diamonds.
Yeah.
Diamonds are overrated.
You know what? I'm going to go with Math Queen on that one. I like diamonds, Scotty.
Diamonds are shiny and they're beautiful because they capture the light. And they also make me feel pretty when I wear them.
I'll buy you a teddy bear in diamonds.
There's a
favorite carbon. Leave it in the comment section below.
I said, I'll buy you a teddy bear.
That's the science question of the day, guys.
You realize you need a ring to marry me, right?
I need to look that up.
Do you mean things made up? Do you mean things made out of carbon or carbon itself? Because when it boils down to it, there's only one carbon.
And what's that?
So are you talking stuff? It's
carbon.
Stuff
it's made out of and diamonds. I like Math Queens.
More.
And like I said, Scotty,
stuff it's made out of carbon. Well,
to
carbon
marry somebody,
fiber is awesome material too.
Life.
Yeah, life is good.
I'm a long way off.
I love life. Life is really good. You can't live without life.
To be honest.
Wait, what?
We are carbon-based life forms. So life.
You mean to tell me, Scotty, you would never buy me a diamond to marry me?
You know what? Diamonds can be overrated. What you need is true love.
Exactly. See, Math Queen gets it.
True love is fine, but if you're gonna marry me, you need a ring for that. And you know, you kind of it's just a thing that happens.
Freaking Beyonce.
Blind girl, what happens if he has like a ring from his like great grandmother, right? Where it was like, oh, she had a husband in World War II that he fought in the war, and she thought he was dead. Then 5 years later, he came back and then asked for her hand in marriage with the diamond that he found off of a gypsy somewhere. It was a French village that he was stationed at, right? So he's like, can I take your hand in marriage? And she's like, oh, yes. And then, there's a story behind this diamond, or not even a diamond. It could be like an opal or like an emerald or something. I don't know what gypsies have in their pockets in the French, village of World War II. But, it could be any stone. So I'm just saying, it could be a story behind that ring.
That was an amazing story that you just made up on the fly.
Exactly. I can't wait until, he gives you that ring that his great-great-grandmother got in that World War II thing.
That doesn't exist.
It does.
In your head, yes, but not in reality, no.
Oh, I'm so sad. Your poor great-great-grandmother.
Well, reality is what we make of it.
I'm pretty sure my great-great-grandmother's long, long dead, so it doesn't really matter.
We'll go rob her coffin and see if there's an old opal in there somewhere.
I don't know what the fucking hell it is. I don't even know who the fucking hell she is.
No, you don't disturb the dead. It's passed down. He would have to get it back from his mother.
I believe this is it. There is a diamond mine open to the public that you can straight up, if you find a diamond, you can keep it.
There you go, Scotty.
You have to fight to the death for it, though.
If I find a diamond, I'm keeping it and I'm selling it.
You are so romantic.
Yeah, it's money.
Oh, it's Arkansas.
You are so romantic.
I know.
I am just swept off my feet. So, wow. So.
It's money. Yeah.
Also, I heard that loose diamonds are actually a lot cheaper. So if you buy loose diamonds and then give it to a jeweler who can design the ring for you, I heard it's a lot cheaper. I don't know if this is true. I kind of heard this guy over talking to his like best man, quote unquote, when he was planning to propose to his girlfriend. He was talking really loud in like not Office Depot. It was Home Depot. Yeah, it was Home Depot. I remember.
I need to go to Arkansas now.
Yeah. Don't worry, Scotty. 5 people don't need to die for a diamond. It's okay. It's all right.
Also, fuck the beers. They keep freaking jacking up the price of rocks that are found everywhere.
Yeah. So romantic. Anyways.
Screwing around with Green Thunder's precious.
Yeah, my business focus is I can use the money I get from the diamond to a deposit on the house. Exactly, see? Yeah.
He can get you a house instead, and then he can be like, I brought you home, my lovely wife. And you're like, what do you mean home? This is a house. And he's like, you're here now, so it's a home. Scotty, you're such a ladies' man. Look at this. You got yourself a ladies' man, blind girl. It's gonna get you that ring that his grandmother, great-great-grandmother got in World War II, and a home.
No, this is exactly what's going to happen, okay? There's 2 things that are going to come of this. We're going to get to the house, and the first thing he's going to say is, I put the down payment on it so you can foot the rest of the mortgage. And the second thing that's going to happen is, hey, I bought it, you're going to have to clean it, because I had to buy it, so you have to clean it. Those are the 2 things that are going to happen next.
Well, if you're the one paying for it,
there is nothing wrong with the statement, you know? If you
Wait a minute, Scotty, what did you just say?
If I'm the one paying for it, then yeah. That is something. What? What?
Nothing.
Sorry, guys. My head is like running wild. I cannot focus. I've been trying to focus on studying for solar all day today. And it's the Batman. Hi, Batman.
Oh, hey, Batman.
Yo, Batman, what up?
Have I done something wrong here?
I've been trying to focus on solar, and it's not working, guys. It's Sunday at 7:45, and I can't think of anything. Just my brain's like, phew, phew.
Squirrels are welcome on this show.
Have I done something wrong now, have I?
Nope, not at all. Everything's okay. We're all good. I'm not mad.
Uh,
It's not you, it's me.
what?
The universal answer for when it's him.
Yep, oh my god. You just got the standard woman answer of I'm not mad.
Yeah, but that usually means you are mad.
I'm
You
not
can do
mad.
the
I'm
standard
just
parent answer.
disappointed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that usually means they
there
are
you
mad,
go.
doesn't it?
Disappointed. I hate
Mark,
it.
when you're in women, that usually means they
You
are
don't
mad.
already know. I'm not going to tell you. You should figure it out.
Oh, no.
Another standard woman answer.
Mr. Misanthropic, I agree. He should do that.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
if women said what they mean, if women said what they mean, life would be a lot easier. So then I feel like, what the fuck's going on?
Let's see. Mr. Misanthropic. Scotty, back away slowly and throw chocolate at her. This is not a drill. I agree, M&M's. You have got the answer for
Oh,
life.
wait, where's my chocolate? Oh, I don't have my chocolate near me.
Oh, I love dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate is best chocolate. Up
Dark chocolate's
yours, anyone who says differently.
Dark chocolate,
M&M's?
dark disgusting.
M&M's has got it totally right. Back away slowly and throw chocolate. Yep.
Oh, I just said I'd buy you a house with a diamond dice out. What's on with
Is M&M's the nickname you gave to Mr. Misanthropic?
Yeah, because M&M. Mr.
Thanks.
Misanthropic, M&M.
Although,
That is so smart.
Okay, so
kinda-
weird ass question. What the hell did I just miss coming in and out of the truck? Because we're talking about nukes. I get out of the truck, come back in, we're talking about fracking. I get back out of the truck, then get back in, and we're talking about throwing chocolate at it. What the hell?
Squirrel.
Oh, you missed like the 5 minutes where Scotsman was going to give his great grandmother's ring that his great grandfather bought off a gypsy in France when he was fighting in World War II.
Okay, do not smooth this over for him, Math Queen. Don't do him any favors. He's a big boy. He can dig himself out of this hole himself.
Oh, I don't see what I did wrong. That's the thing.
Okay, so this is what
And that's
happened.
your problem.
We were talking about the carbon thing, then we were talking about diamonds, and then I was like, oh yeah, I like diamonds too, and then Scotty's like, I'm not buying you a diamond, and then I'm like, well, you know, you need a ring to marry me, right? And he's like, and I'm like, Jesus, and he's like, if I had a diamond, I'd sell it to buy you the house. Then I said, you know what's totally gonna happen when he buys the house? A, he's either gonna go, look, I put the down payment on it, you gotta absorb the mortgages, or B, he's gonna go, hey, I'm paying for it, you gotta fucking clean it. Either or, and he totally agreed with that second statement. And I went,
You also missed the part where I randomly posted a link in chat to where you can just pick diamonds up.
So then,
get a diamond for free, buy a house. Yeah.
So then I told Scotty, I'm not mad. It's not you. And if you don't understand, I'm not going to explain it to you. Which is the
I came in at that. Well, that's the point where I came in at, because I remember the whole gag that if a woman says it's me, not you, it's you.
Mm-hmm. So then Mr. Misanthropic picked up the signs of the woman speak and told Scotty to back away slowly and throw chocolate at me, and I agree. That's probably what he should do.
Uh-huh.
Well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes woman logic, you just need to like say it a couple of times in order for it to make sense.
Women's logic is no logic to it, is there?
Shush, shush.
Oh, there's
This
a logic
women's
to it.
theory.
There's a complete and utter logic to it. Just because you pay for something doesn't mean you have to contribute to not cleaning it ever, unless I'm not working, in which case I'll do that. But if I has a job and you has a job, then you totally got to help me with house chores. Because trust me, I'm not living in a super cluttery, messy house because I got kids and stuff.
Well, assuming that you weren't in a house.
Well, that's a matter. I mean, that's a matter of who. When it comes to the cleaning and then paying for the house, it's a matter of who's who works. If the guy
That's what I was
is
saying.
the
Yeah.
only if the guy's the only income, it's only kind
said that. But I expect to still be working. And then Scotty goes, I'm expecting you not to be working. And like, I'm trying to get a job right now. Why would you expect me not to be working?
At some point, like both my mom and dad work, you know, and at some point my mom was like, "Oh, you girls know how to cook. I don't have to cook anymore." So my mom stopped cooking, which is fine. Now my dad cooks every night, and I help my dad cook, and he teaches me how to cook. Last night I helped my dad make dinner, and I made dessert. I was really
Ooh, I
happy.
cooked today. By cooked, I mean I threw bratwurst and sauerkraut in the slow cooker.
Oh, nice. Even that slow cooking is also
skills advice and just say I agree with you. There we go.
But the thing is that
bratwurst and sauerkraut in a
also
slow cooker, and then he ate it, and nobody would walk into his house ever again.
That may be the problem why it smells bad in here.
This is the point that I will now try to make. What if in 5 or 10 years we do have a house and I do actually lose my kidneys finally and I'm too sick to clean the house and I'm too sick to work? You gonna be mad, Scotty?
Oh, don't hold that.
Speaking of kidneys, I need to actually grab a thing of water.
Well, that's good. Faith restored.
Then I always said it was a must, I'd give you one anyway. So.
Scotty,
Well,
if you're ever worried about all this BS that's going around, just let me know. My granddaughter said she'd hook you up with a wild country girl to rock your world anytime you want.
Please go ahead.
Well,
They ain't looking for nothing but a good time and some partying.
Taffy, that's such a nice sentiment. What a good guy.
If you would like to turn Scotty into a man-ho, then please go ahead.
I'm gonna say no.
That's probably a good idea.
Scotty, I'll say a good old American girl, a good old American country girl, they'll sit on your face and say, "Boy, speak to me. Say, around the red rock, the rabid rascal ran."
But why only ours?
M&M's, I love you.
Yeah, I did say no.
God, you are so innocent, Math Queen.
Well, the only information I get is from the internet. I'm usually a weird person.
I went to church
before.
I shouldn't be hearing this.
Rascal ran. Do that with your tongue and think of the motions your tongue goes through if somebody with that accent would say that.
Oh, I was okay. Okay,
you are so innocent. You are so innocent.
Batman wants the link.
Don't ask me how old I am because that's just gonna make me feel bad.
I know how old you are. I know how old you are, and in the words of Blind Girl, with how innocent you are, that's adorable.
Oh,
so adorable. I will send you that when I finally read this article because I don't want to lose my spot.
And I don't mean that in a bad way, man.
Thank you, Pumpkin. It's appreciated.
Yeah, you do it. I'm nice when I want to be.
Oh, I do have a question though. Wait for all the guys before you start, Blind Girls. Or if I ask all the guys here a question.
What question?
Do you know of the meme where the woman is there and she's like, the grapefruit method?
Nope.
Okay. Well, there is this professional, what do you call it? A professional sex person that gives sex advice, and she says the best thing that you could do while you're sucking your man's dick is to cut a grapefruit and suck the dick while the grapefruit is going up and down on his dick. Now, me as being skeptical seeing this on the internet is like, wouldn't it burn? And she's like, no, it's not going to burn. It's fine because he's blindfolded and you don't tell him what you're doing. I'm just like, that doesn't sound appropriate at all. So I'm asking the guys, would this burn?
I wouldn't assume so.
Well, unless you got cut, it shouldn't.
Better the grapefruit than my face.
Cappy, Almond Peter.
Hmm? No, I don't think it would. No.
It would have to be
No opinion.
I think it would have to be. Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it this.
Said citric acid on your bell end. On your bell end.
Does it burn your mouth when you drink grapefruit juice?
Yeah,
No.
It doesn't burn your mouth.
That's a
it
different
wouldn't burn that.
sensitivity.
Actually, that is true. It is a different sensitivity. The taste buds and nerves inside of your mouth are actually much more sensitive than that of a man's.
Okay, I'm just
And
wondering.
she's supposed to be so
I just need the
innocent.
information.
I would like to reiterate, me and Math Queen went to church this morning, sort
We
of.
did. We went to church.
And?
It was great. It was great. We were all talking about the
And?
flow. It was a very summer
That's
church.
going. I watched that for a few minutes too, and to be blunt and honest, I didn't say anything because what do you say? Hi, hello from your local heathen.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
the
fine.
one. I'm the one that's going to laugh in your face when you say I'm going to burn in hell. Have a nice day.
Yeah, I'm going for purgatory.
They wouldn't say that, you know, because Jesus was the one who sat with the tax collectors and the people who were pretty much pimps and drug dealers. You know, Jesus was the home G, the baller.
Sorry, Gangrel.
I learned years ago that people who go to church are the biggest hypocrites in the world.
I try to behave.
Well, it's like that. I kind of agree in that sense. I mean, some of the biggest hypocrites. I mean, that one gal that was wearing the white pants and just sitting there swaying back and forth and back and forth and back and forth while that one bald dude was sitting there talking. I'm just sitting there thinking, yeah, she's the one in the bedroom screaming, "Give it to me, daddy."
No, you're wrong. The bald guy was. No, back to the whole citric acid on the bell end.
I do think we should stop this conversation and let Blind Girl read.
Oh yes, I am so sorry.
That's okay. I just went to the chat and went, you know what? Screw reading. I'll just let it be a talky shit show because that's what's happening anyways, and it's Sunday, so it's okay. Keep talking.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
By that tone of voice, it's not okay. Be quiet.
Oh, okay.
Oh crap! Now I gotta open up that article again. Oh no. Okay. I just closed everything. I'm like, you know what? This isn't going to be needed today. Woo! But I just
We need Batman more often because we really need Squirrel Wrangler.
True. Yep. Because I had this random stupid article that says mom is furious at sister-in-law for getting a tattoo of their kids' names without her permission. Yeah. So apparently the sister-in-law got a tattoo of their kids' names without her permission.
I guess the sister-in-law is not 18.
No, without permission to get her sister-in-law's kids tattooed on her body.
Yep.
Those are her niece and nephews.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yep. A tattoo can be a special way to let someone know how much you love them. I love how this article does that. But instead of feeling special, one mom found a relative who got a tattoo to be a bit creepy, as she explained online that her sister-in-law recently got tattoos for children's names without bothering to tell her.
Wait, the sister-in-law got... No, you don't get a tattoo of someone else's kids' names. That's not right.
Well, the sister-in-law, so that means her husband's sister. So the aunt of the children.
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy, but big deal.
Yeah, just have your own kids.
It's not that creepy, really. I mean, yeah. She's only one step, relationship-wise, she's only one step removed from being a parent, isn't she?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a tattoo of her niece and nephew's names. Like, strangers aren't going to know what they are.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, though, isn't it?
It's
No.
a bit weird, but What you
How
gonna
about
do?
this question? Where is the tattoo?
Oh, that is a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, all of a sudden, if the guys look, if the sister-in-law is sitting there, creeping around on her husband / the girl's brother, and the boyfriend says, "So who's Brian? Why?" Well, because that's the name that's wrapped around your nipple. That would be creepy.
Yeah, well,
But if it's like on her arm or something, I don't see the problem.
Well, maybe the auntie's just really close to the kids. Like, maybe she
Can
doesn't
we
have
also say no to nipple tattoos?
I mean,
Period.
let's say
You can get nipple tattoos.
I don't.
You can.
You just
But
go
let's say
on
my brother
Pinterest
was
and look up like nipple tattoos. How do you even know about any of these things?
There are.
Well, guess what's being put in the not safe for work section next?
There
I
are.
think Green knows that there's nipple tattoos because he has two.
No, I only have one tattoo, and it's on my arm.
Yeah, but like, let's say that my brother was super close to my son, and he ended up getting a tattoo of him. I wouldn't be that freaked out. Like, let's say my brother was like, we were really close, and he was over here all the time helping me with Jack, and then he got a tattoo of him. I would be like, oh, that's cool.
Bit weird.
I could understand. I could understand in some situations, like if one is like super Christian, because it's the Christianity things.
I like that
shit,
one.
hold on a second.
Yeah, but they don't care that she got tattoos. She cares that she got tattoos of other people's names, their kids' names without their permission.
Well, the thing is, maybe. I mean, best I can say, maybe it's the sister's like super duper Christian, like anti-tattoo Christians.
But again, she's not upset that she got tattoos, just tattoos of the kids' names. If she got tattoos,
herself.
like,
I bet she's a helicopter parent as well.
As one girl told lady pushing Christian beliefs and all one day, she said, "Don't you know your body is God's temple?" She said, "Yeah, and I'm just painting the walls."
Well, the thing about with a lot of Christian things, the deal about tattoos have actually been kind of overblown, because the passage that's most often cited about tattoos specifies that don't do it in memorial, as if don't do it to memorize somebody or memorialize somebody or mark your faith like a pagan would. And it's not so much just a tattoo, it's the tattoos that pagans would get.
Yeah.
well, it's
So
not
if you really want to get specific on it, we better get really specific on it.
it's not a religion thing.
One day, what Crappy said, if my body is God's temple, how do I get in touch with him about repairs?
Yeah, but this article is not a religion thing.
Oh, I would like to know too. Sometimes my back hurts.
All right, so next
just put your hands on you.
Reining it in back to the article.
Yeah, squirrel.
Nix the religion part of it.
Yeah.
Is the person religious though?
No.
Actually, we kind of were talking religious about it, but
So, anyways, the reason why she's so creeped out is because apparently the sister-in-law doesn't spend much time with the kids anyways, and the only reason why the mom found it is because she posted a picture of the tattoo on Facebook.
okay, so maybe she's just doing it
For attention?
no,
To pretend that she's an awesome aunt?
Well, no, I was going to say for a reminder of who her nieces and nephews are in 20 years when she has Alzheimer's.
Yeah, there we go.
Or maybe the mother's just doing it because she doesn't like the sister-in-law.
Yeah. Hey, Crappy, I'm about to get the buzz by the paraglider.
Funny thing about women and arguments.
Here he comes, and
friend-
there he goes.
Friend of mine, his wife is deaf mute, and he says even though she's deaf, can't speak, has to use sign language. They get into an argument. He can't get a word in edgewise. I know.
That's why I haven't said much.
Are we supposed to be reading something?
Yeah. Well, basically, the sister just said, I don't know if it's disturbing or it's sweet because our sister has a long distance relationship with us, and she didn't say anything about getting my kids' names tattooed on her, and we found it through social media. Hey guys, on social media, should I be upset about this, or is it a sweet gesture? And most people are like, that's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird, but sweet.
It's
I'm
a
gonna
little
go
bit
with
of
that.
both. It's a little bit of both. It's weird, but it's actually a really nice gesture.
Well, maybe
A little
she
bit
didn't
country, a
realize
little
how
bit rock
much
and
her-
roll.
Maybe she didn't realize how much her sister-in-law loves her kid.
Then just have her own kids though, and get them tattooed instead.
Well,
Property of opinionated Scotsman.
yeah.
Right.
You don't have to just get your own kids to love because you love your niece and nephew.
No, it'd be less weird if she got tattoos of her own kids.
But she doesn't have them, so I guess she just did it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, it's probably she just really likes her nephew and niece.
yeah. Maybe she thought their names were pretty. They don't actually say what their names were, but maybe she
Yeah.
thought the names were pretty.
Sarah and Jonathan. There are probably some other names that I have no clue. I was just being very general. This woman is crazy, and I don't know why we're talking about her choice and why she likes or doesn't like why her sister-in-law put some names on her body somewhere.
Is she from one of the southern states?
It doesn't say. The article was like 2 paragraphs long, and then it just moved on to other things like Etsy stuff.
If it's a woman from the southern states, the names are probably Billy Bob and Ellie Mae.
Yeah, and they're probably like aunties and uncles and stuff like as well.
It's kind of funny. That's Fawn's middle name.
Well, Ellie.
Ellie Mae, actually.
Is her father named Jed or Jethro?
No.
No, brother. Does she have a cousin named Jethro, or is her dad named Jed?
No, unfortunately. That would have been hilarious.
Oh, he was hunting for fruit one day. Wait, what? How does that go? Shit.
Wow, really? You're gonna butcher it that bad with your
Hunting for
absolute
fruit.
ADHD?
Sorry.
For fruit.
I said food.
You said
Either way, he shot at a critter and got some tea out of the ground.
he said
Continuing with the
I like
story.
food too. Food is very good.
It was up through the ground, come some bubbling crude. 'Cause I
That's
just
cool.
watched it last week.
Texas tea.
I need to rewatch that.
I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna sing it. I know the words. I'm not gonna sing it because that is copyright infringement territory.
Hi, Cryptic. What's up?
Oh,
Cryptic!
How
Hey,
many
And another
million?
news. What's our next article?
How many million did Jed end up with? Anybody know the answer?
No.
60.
I was going to guess in the 6 area.
15 for each of them.
All right, anyway. Moving on.
You ruined the bet, Trucker.
Ooh, Cryptic, what up? Hey, I
what
said
now?
it first.
I
How
had
did
a
I
bet
ru-
going.
With
How long it was going to take for us to get to the next article.
I asked next news.
So,
who lost?
horrific video of rainforest getting destroyed for Nestle.
What? Why?
Probably water. In March and April last year, Greenpeace filmed a rainforest area in Indonesia and uncovered a destruction in an unimaginable extent for a palm oil plantation. A company has destroyed hectares of forest land, apparently supplying Nestle, Mars, PepsiCo, and Unilever.
Unilever, close enough.
It's not a Canadian company.
Unilever is it's a multinational conglomerate. They own everything from Conagra to Heinz. Well, they actually have their hands in Heinz. They're not the sole owner, but Land O'Lakes.
The rest is apparently a video. Let's see if they have any more of their article down here. Scroll down further. Scroll down further. Scroll down further. Nope, just Nestle has somehow destroyed a rainforest, and there's a video.
There's a video, but they don't have the video. So how do you know that what they're saying is real?
Well, let's find out. I'm just going to open the browser.
I do want to say, the more we keep pushing the rainforest back down in South America, we keep finding these Mayan temples.
Mm.
The big problem is, I think that Nestle really doesn't have much, or not Nestle. Greenpeace really doesn't have that much credibility anymore. After they did to the what are they, the Nazca lines?
Oh yeah, they freaking hell. Those were some nice lines. How dare they ruin the drawings?
Oh, the yeah, Nazca.
Yeah, that's what Pumpkin said.
Yeah.
Them there drawings you can see from there.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Okay, let's see if I can play this smoothly. Probably not, but let's try. Click the present button. Click in that screen share button. Just
It's
so.
a bit lag.
Well, obviously, but that's okay. No thanks.
Wow, that's a lot of area. Doesn't click, it says click here to watch the video, but
Show up again. The video was the top, I think.
Right here?
Yep, that looks like it. Yep.
At that video,
That's the image. Oh, click here to watch the video. Okay.
boy.
is there?
I still don't know where it is.
No, there's no video. There's no video.
An image. Still.
How do you?
Still just an image.
How do we know that this image is even relevant? It's like, how do you know it's this year? How do you know it wasn't like 5 years ago?
Exactly.
Why, come on, they wouldn't lie to you, would they?
Is that sarcasm? I'm pretty sure that's sarcasm, the Batman.
That is
might
sarcasm.
I'm never sarcastic.
Oh, and now they're saying watch the video here.
No, don't click it. It's going to lead you down a rabbit hole of click here, click here.
Well, that sucks.
This website's full of shit.
So yeah.
And, incidentally, so are my pants. I'm going to need to take care of that later.
Have actually issued guidelines according to which they should not use palm oil for which rainforest was cut down. The reality looks obviously different, as the British Guardian earlier complained. Nestle.
Oh, Goon, what up?
And the Unilever Mars and company are responsible. Brands have been talking for over a decade about wanting to purify their palm oil. Companies like the ones they already mentioned 50 million times claim to be brands that have been, or sorry, claim to be in the industry. Claim to be leaders in the industry. Why are they still buying from forest destroyers like the HSA group? I don't know. Why are they?
Oh,
So the big corporations
Why
blame
do they have an Instagram account?
because they're Greenpeace.
Also, I still can't figure out how to post photos from the
it's easy.
website.
Green, they have an Instagram account because they know it's going to trigger you.
Instagram's retarded, and I'm on it. I should know.
I'm on Instagram too. I don't know how to use any of these things.
I can't figure out how to post a photo from the actual website. I can only figure out how to do it from like the app, and I don't feel like installing the app.
I don't even know how to use Pinterest.
Also, scroll.
So bad with Instagram.
So, what you have for news?
I had more things. One of the news articles that I tried to post actually just didn't post at all, which really sucks. Oh, there we go. Somebody thinks this is a great idea. Man builds a food pantry on his lawn so that the hungry can eat.
Aw.
That is a good man.
But a stupid idea.
It depends if it's supervised or not, though. If it's just like an open thing, yeah, it's a stupid idea. But if it's like supervised, then it's not.
Although
it's
I
not
will say he's
supervised,
probably going to get sued for food poisoning.
It's
Ooh,
free,
yeah, that's not
homeless,
good.
so it's probably not supervised.
Right. Oh, you know, the left are going to attack him for being some kind of ist.
How dare he not put vegan food in his cupboard?
Yep. I bet it's all white people food, isn't it?
What do you mean by white people food? There could be corn in there.
Corn.
That's white people food. Corn.
Also, incidentally, the soybeans look like they're coming in nicely in the back.
Oh yeah, so they have kind of like the idea, little free libraries. Those boxes full of books for people to freely take are a common sight on people's lawns, but some foreign name's lawn in Watertown, New York has something different, a blessing box filled with food available to any and all who need it.
Aw,
The
I
concept
like that
is-
name, Blessing Box.
Yep,
Go
The
ahead.
concept is simple. The box is a miniature food pantry, receiving items from those who want to donate and offering it to those who need them. Whether
Well, admit, sorry, go ahead.
oh, it's okay.
I was
Okay.
going to say, I've got to admit, stories like this do help restore your faith in humanity a bit.
It does.
All I
Good
want to
idea.
say is they're not getting my ravioli or my Lunchables. Those are mine. Leave them alone.
What you mean? This ravioli and these Lunchables?
God damn it, give those back.
Yum yum.
Yeah. So, whether you're taking or giving, you can just go to the blessing box. The guy told CNN, "There's not a lock on it. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week."
Nah, I'm with Green on this one. If someone decides to tamper with a can or something, and then someone gets sick and dies, it's gonna be back on him, you know?
I think it's a good thing, but just knowing humans and how freaking assholes they are, someone's going to sue for food poisoning.
Oh, yeah.
Someone will just take all the food or something, just be a dick.
That too. Next thing you know, the homeless are peeing in the cupboard.
It's
Yeah,
it's a
that's
nice
true.
gesture, even though it's probably gonna be overrun by dickheads. But it's still a nice
Mhm.
thought. You can't let
He
that
meant well.
stop you from doing things.
He's going to have to police it just to make sure that nobody starts using it as a drugs drop box.
Is that too?
True.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
intentions were there, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work.
Yep. Or if you did it in Glasgow, he'd probably come out one morning to fill it up and find a few dead drunks in it. Opinionated isn't laughing because I'm not joking, am I?
Yeah, before the hot fast
Oh.
as well.
Well,
Doing
know-
Edinburgh full of needles.
it was a nice thought while it lasted.
Tis a good gesture, but we all agree humans are shit.
No,
Agreed.
no, humans can be shit, but they're not
Um,
always.
I'm still going with 90% of humans are shit.
No,
Humans are shit unless their name is Boingo. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
See, it can be nice.
Uh-huh.
So annoying, man.
BCCAS moves in to seize a 19-minute-old baby on reports of neglect.
what?
90 minutes old.
Yep.
How do you go neglect something in 90 minutes?
Yeah.
Somebody sent this to me because they said, "Oh yeah, there's still racism against natives, and this is it." And so I'm gonna see if this is legit or not.
Tis
Baby,
an hour and a half. Whoever trying to steal the baby needs to be hit over the head with a stick. A very
Well,
thick stick.
CAS came after my babies the minute they were born.
Well, CAS needs to go lick a turd.
They do. Baby H was taken from parents 90 minutes after being born. Wow, that means they're not even out of the hospital yet. An hour and a half after, during a C-section delivery at a Kamloops hospital, an Indigenous couple was exhausted but elated as they met their baby girl, a first child for both of them. But their joy was short-lived when an hour and a half after she was born, social workers came in to take baby H, saying they'd had a report of neglect. They were shocked, said the paternal grandfather, who questioned how one could be labeled neglectful and have someone issue a birth alert to apprehend in just 90 minutes. Luckily, the maternal grandmother was there and she held them off, at least for a while. 2 days later, on June 14th, social workers came back, reportedly 2 hours late, for a meeting that had been scheduled with the family. But the mother was asleep from a sedative medical staff that, a sedative medicine that staff had administered. When she awoke, she learned her newborn was gone. The apprehension was widely shared and an Amber Alert by anti-CFS activists on social media over the weekend, with calls to action to contact the agency responsible. Child and Family Services. But CFS responded to the outrage, saying they had refused service on the request and that it was the Ministry of Children and Family Development that took the baby. Baby H is now 8 days old and has spent 6 of those essential parental bonding days in foster care. The father's home community has gotten involved. There are no grounds to take that child and no need for that child to have gone through this, says Dr. Rohan Foraname, director of a French name, which is fighting to have the child returned. The baby has been transferred to foster care in Williams Lake, BC, where her parents live, and have been able to visit her for 2 hours a day under the watch of CFS. The family has found unexpected allies in 2 Williams Lake social workers who were wrongly identified on social media as being the agency that apprehended the infant. Gatex said they are in fact assisting to get the children back and supporting the family at a mediation hearing set for June 25th. We're trying to come to a reasonable understanding so we can get things right. If mediation doesn't end with baby H being given back to her parents that day, there is a court date set for June 27th. And if you've ever had a newborn baby, every single fucking hour away from that baby is murder. She will be 15 days old by then. 13 days of which the newborn has been without her parents.
That's supposed to be quite detrimental for the development of a child.
Yep.
Psychologically.
Yeah, they're basically child abusers. I mean, no, they're the child abusers.
I will say,
year, most important year.
I will say, any agency, any person tries to come after my son, I will be either ganged up on and piled up on by a lot of men much larger than myself, or they will have to fucking kill me. Because nobody fucks with my son.
Same sentiment.
Hmm.
They came from my twins the day they were born. Fawn didn't have the trach yet, which means me going blind wasn't detrimental to her health yet. And CAS came from my twins the day they were born. I never want to believe that Natives discrimination still lives in CAS, and yet every once in a while I think that maybe it does.
Well, you already said that you disclosing you were Native was detrimental to you.
It was. I never should have told them. Because I don't look Native, I could have got away with it. I know that the only reason why Jack wasn't taken was because of Patrick. The baby's paternal grandfather said some of what troubled him was social workers allegedly telling hospital staff that the couple is homeless. They're not. They have a 2-bedroom apartment. Then the
That
story
sounds like a home to me.
Yep. Then the story changed to they live in a group home. Not true. They don't drink or use drugs. There's no reason for this. He says both parents are frustrated and exhausted. Agencies are playing all kinds of games, said the grandparent. The parents are under a lot of stress. I took my son to a sweat lodge Wednesday night to help out, but they have a lot of anxiety and stressful. I don't think sweat lodges really, I never found them to be de-stressing, but okay.
It's supposed to help you
I don't like sweating.
The sweating helps with toxicity buildup as opposed to like help you relax right after, but this is more of like emotional. This is an emotional drain that's making them very stressed.
Oh, absolutely. Like
Speaking of which,
the first couple of hours Jack was born, they'd be like, all right, Dad's turn to hold him. And I would like glare at Pat like, but I don't want to. He's like, it's 4 a.m, God damn it, go take a shower. And I'm like, but I don't want to.
I smell fine. I don't need a shower.
Right? Like, it's even just the first hour when everybody was like fawning over my son. I had trouble passing the baby.
Yeah, I
Um,
had trouble passing the baby a while ago, but then again, maybe I should have tenderized it before I cooked it.
my son, when he was born, it took them close to 4 hours to get him anywhere. The entire time, he was either being held by his mother or being held by me. Any kind of examinations, okay, you get to do it while we're holding them. Well, we need y'all to let go of the baby. Not happening.
Oh,
Did we say hello to straight Sith male? Because if not, hello, straight Sith male.
Hey, Straight Sith Mel said that right after I said hi to Cryptic, but maybe he didn't catch it. You never know.
hello,
Hey,
gay
Straight-
Jedi female.
Oh, straight Sith, man.
Yeah, so, yeah. Like, I really think that CAS has way too much power to be able to just go into a hospital and take a baby.
Yeah, I don't think they can do that over here yet. But one of the funniest ones, with protective mothers with newborn babies is my cousin's son's girlfriend. They've got 4 kids now, but each kid, when they've wanted to do tests on the kid, they've had to wait till she's asleep and sneak into the room and take the baby.
Yep. So they...
I mean, is there an argument against, having a midwife and just having the baby at home? That way this wouldn't happen. Because sometimes I think, I would like to go to a nice hospital. Then other times, I hear stories like these, and I'm just like, a stay-at-home nurse is fine. I can just ask my cousin to deliver the baby.
Wouldn't have
She
been
has
like-
a cesarean. She had a cesarean section, so yeah, it wouldn't have happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cesarean section definitely needs to be happening in the hospital. I don't think you should be gutted right there on the coffee table.
Probably not.
True.
They saw them
True.
as being vulnerable, and this being an easy baby to take. And when the family stepped up, they did everything to keep the family out of it. The BC Ministry of Children and Family Development responded to the incident Friday via emailed statement that in part said, "We know that children thrive when they are able to be with their families,
Yep.
connected to their communities and their culture, and that the first few days with
Damn
an
it, why do I
infant
get
are
bottom?
critical, not just for bonding, but
Preference.
ensuring that their needs are met 24 hours a day, 7 days a week." But despite knowing this, they apprehended the baby. The ministry says it can't discuss specifics, but is focused on balancing the safety.
Hold up. They said they can't discuss specifics.
Yep.
Yet they went around telling telling everybody in the hospital that one, they were homeless, and then they were in a group home.
They'll do that.
Right. So they're spreading bullshit about the family, but then they sit and say, "Well, we can't discuss statistics or the specifics."
Yep.
So they can only not discuss specifics when your asses get called out.
Yep.
Good work.
CAS did that to Patrick and I when Jack was born. And we first went home. We got a call from CAS, and they said it's routine in Canada that every baby that is born, we do a home check just to make sure everything is okay.
Bullshit. I mean, sorry.
I was so exhausted and tired with the baby because Patrick was working full time, so I did everything at home. I was so exhausted. I didn't even have the brain power to go, wait a minute, no, you don't. Fuck, no, you don't. And CAS opened that was the CAS investigation from the hospital. Now, why the hospital thought to call CAS Patrick and myself is really weird. Like, really weird. Because nothing went wrong. We didn't even argue. Like nothing at the hospital for the 2 days I was stuck there because it's a mandatory 2-day stay to make sure the baby doesn't have jaundice or whatever. And he was 5'11", 5 pounds 11 ounces, so he
I was
needed
going
to
to say that's a tall baby.
Yes,
Yeah.
man, I think they're the same thing.
Yeah, but CAS came to see us. And they kept the investigation open for 2 weeks. And it was really weird why CAS would have an investigation open on us at all. Because nothing happened at the hospital that would throw suspicion for anything. I had preeclampsia. That was it. That was the only thing that went wrong. And I mean, they said, oh, this is, they lie to you. They say, oh, this is just a routine thing. Don't worry about it. And it's a bullshit lie. And what it means is the hospital called CAS on us. Why would they do that? I don't know.
Pumpkin, are you shaving?
Yes.
Okay, I need to do that. I need
Yeah,
to get rid of my
so-
neck beard.
The ministry says it cannot discuss specifics, but is focused on balancing the safety of a child or infant and keeping kids with families or extended families. The baby is not with family or extended family. She is in a non-indigenous foster home. As for having any grounds to take the baby, the ministry would only say by law, the ministry can only remove if the child is in immediate danger and no less disruptive measures are available.
How the fuck can you find that within 90 minutes, though? That's what I want to know.
You can't.
I thought it was less than 8 minutes, actually.
The family says no other measures were ever discussed when social workers came in demanding the 1.5-hour-old baby. Baby could be home as early as June 25th. More to come. And it's like they went in.
Oh, I'd be taking that baby back. I'd get me a freaking baseball bat and beat the shit out of whoever has the kid.
Oh, and the way they did it too, they waited until she was sleeping and took the baby. So she wakes up and her baby's gone. Like,
blind panic there.
that is cruel. That is really cruel.
Can't she just report that a kidnapping?
Oh
They
yeah,
did.
that's straight up kidnapping.
They did. They put out an Amber Alert and it was shut down saying no, CFS took it.
Then I'd restart the Amber Alert and say CVS has stolen my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's why they're going to court. First, they're
No,
going to go to mediation.
Not Amber Alert, but I would open up a case with the cops, or even go to like federal, like, hey, this is missing persons. I would even say human trafficked, so that way you can even get more attention to it.
Oh no! If somebody tries to take my son, I will not be going to court. I will be going to war.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going on death row.
Yeah.
For my son, I don't see a more nobler cause.
And I don't either.
You're a good dad.
Oh, no, I don't blame you. Again.
I ain't planning on having kids, but if I had kids, I would fight tooth and nail to keep the damn thing.
Yep.
And everybody in this, and most of the people in this hangout has seen my son, that cute little twerp.
Yeah, I love how you corrected that. Most people in this hangout have seen it.
Yep.
Actually, you sent me a picture, Trucker.
Huh?
You sent me a picture today.
I sent it to you yesterday.
Yeah, well, yeah, you
Go
sent
ahead
me
and
a
show
picture.
it if you want. Go ahead and share it if you want.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't
care.
know what it is.
Everybody knows what I look like.
I didn't know what it was.
Yes, true. We know what you look like, and I'm still having the nightmares.
All right, I just gotta find my mouse. 1 minute. All right, Twitter.
This picture was actually a few minutes before he and I actually we kind of struck a pose together where I'm sitting there scratching on my beard and he reaches up and does the same thing to his chin.
Aww.
Aww.
Yes,
CAS is up here is pretty. They're tyrannical giants. You barely beat them ever.
You live right beside them, though, don't you?
Oh,
I do.
Yeah, look at
I
that
live
little
directly
twerp.
across the street from CAS, and if I had to look at that building every day, I'd probably set it on fire.
I wouldn't be saying that.
Aw.
that's cute.
Isn't that a cute little twerp, meth queen?
I'll set it on street again. If I could see that building every day, I'd set it on fire.
They're so adorable. I want
He
to touch them.
he was about 12 hours old in that picture.
Oh, what a beautiful.
I can't
angel.
tell which is which.
I can. The baby's the one without the facial hair and the glasses.
Yeah.
Other than that,
But yeah, there we go. Look at that. So,
Hey,
CAS,
Crappy, be careful. I'll send her a picture of you holding them.
it won't do you much good, would it? Well, I can.
well, somebody could describe it to you.
No, I'm just teasing. I'm teasing them.
That's all good. But I mean,
I don't. Those pictures, I actually don't. I've got a picture of him carrying or holding my son and his wife, but those pictures I don't carry around with me.
Well, he's holding his son and his wife. Bloody hell, Crabby, you must be strong.
What do you think, Crappy?
Say what? I didn't hear it all.
He said you were holding my son and your wife at the same time. You must be strong.
I ain't gonna comment that because you know what I'm gonna bring up.
Go ahead, do it.
As long as it's not
The
your
milk
son,
money.
it's all good.
She has constantly hit me up for milk money.
you know what? I could use some milk money. Anybody got any money for milk? That'd be great.
Wait, one
No.
second. Let me-
teamlabs.com/blind-go-1.
You don't know what I mean by milk money.
No, but I know what I mean by milk money, and it's literally money for milk.
Yeah, donate
But
to
I mean, It's
teamlabs.com/blind-go-1.
my. What
Buy
she
Blind
is-
Girl a bag of milk. There you go.
Because
called a
babies
cow.
are weird to buy bags of milk.
Wait, go Cappy. What were you trying to say?
that I've been accused of being the father of two other guys' babies that we used to work with. So now it's 3. And all of them have hit me up for milk money for the
I
child.
need to find the. Where's the meat wench?
Well, now that we've had a sad
Oh,
baby
I
story,
think I
let's have
understand.
a shitty parent story for at the end of our stream. Because why fuck not? Let's piss everybody off for the last 15 minutes.
I can store if you want that. Or-
Mom gets pregnant with 17th baby, while her eldest daughter keeps getting pregnant too.
What are they racing?
Whores. Whore.
It's like the Tourette's teen going, whore cat. I just,
Well, like mother and daughter,
poor mom.
Are they on any kind of public assistance?
Let's find out.
Oh, there it
So-
is.
You're about to meet Sue's eldest daughter, Sophie, as she prepares for the birth of her second baby. Scrolling down. But here's the thing. Sue is also pregnant with her 17th child. And this is
God damn, you need to
time.
stop. Just no more sex for you. Knock it the fuck off. God damn.
Is this House of 10 family?
I don't know. And this is the second time the mother-daughter duo has been pregnant at the same time. The following,
Okay, look, maybe they're just fertile myrtles.
maybe.
Yeah.
The
Phones
following,
don't exist for a reason. Just fucking use it.
The question I'm asking is, are they babies or are they meal tickets?
oh my god,
Hmm.
this is following this following clip is taken from a 2013 documentary, 17 Kids and Counting,
Yep.
which follows the Radford
Okay.
family of England.
They're not.
Yeah, I think it's.
They're not.
Oh, they're English.
Unless you have like 1,000-acre ranch, you don't need no 17 children. Knock it off.
Well, there's actually there's like a 17 and counting in the U.S. and I think it's like a 21
It was 19
now,
kids
so.
and counting, and holy crap. I think they got
No.
up to like 21 children.
My grandfather had 18
I just said
siblings.
that.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying
It's all good.
attention.
Just saying, my grandfather had 18 siblings.
Yeah, but how many of them survived?
Well, those are the ones that I know, so they all survived. I mean, they're all dead now because like they're old.
Yeah.
Old
But
people.
the
Old
18
people
are
tend
the
to
ones
die.
that lived. I'm sure there were a few that didn't.
Well, hey, you know what? The white people need to have more kids, and the white people that are having kids, they're having 20 kids. So
Thank you, John
good
Gibson.
luck to them.
Or John, what the hell was that guy's name?
They survived. Oh, so I just realized Peter's still here.
There's a guy on Fox News got in a
Talk
bunch
of
of trouble because he
Trumpy?
said it was John something. He got in a bunch of trouble because he said white people weren't having enough kids.
He's
But
not
it's
wrong,
true.
though.
Yeah, like, why would you say? Why would that get you into any trouble? You could say, "Oh, black
Because
mothers are more
he's
likely to."
homophobic.
I was saying, I mentioned my comment was because saying it will get you in trouble.
It'll get me in trouble.
Oh!
I don't know. All
I'm
humans
sorry,
are having
Blind
too many
Girl.
children.
I'm sorry for saying that, Blind Girl. I didn't mean to get your channel in trouble. Don't gulag her. She is disabilitied. YouTube. Susie Wawawski. Do not
Anyway,
disabilitate a blind person. Thank you.
She's also technically not white, so therefore.
Yeah.
Now, a blind girl, this is in England and not the one in Texas. This is the family in England and not the one in Texas.
I wouldn't
Yep.
call them a family.
Okay, as long as they're not on public assistance, I don't see the problem.
They'll be on,
Fair
they'll be on
point.
benefits. They'll be
I
on
think the
benefits.
demons I think they have their own business, I think. So they're not.
Yeah. So I mean, as long as they're supporting themselves, I don't see the problem.
I think they run a bakery or something like that, so yeah, they're not.
I'm
I mean,
with
holy
Pumpkin Puffer on this one.
I mean, hell, when it boils down to it, the dude's probably diving headfirst into his wife. But I mean, past that, whatever.
I mean,
Well, the white people that's not having kids are Democrats. They're making room for immigrants.
Yeah, that's true too. I
Well,
worry for
couldn't-
California. They
couldn't
have.
Democrats-
Go ahead.
Couldn't the Democrats who are making room for immigrants do it by moving to another country?
I am perfectly fine with immigrants as long as they get here legally. Y'all need to come legally.
At the moment, y'all need to stop coming to Canada because we got to figure out what to do with the ones that are already here.
Then stay the hell out of America.
I've been hearing
Also
that
known as
there's
stop getting
that there's
crappy's
now
way my way
Africans.
while we're trying to work.
I've been hearing that there's now Africans at the border. Like it's not Hispanics anymore. Now Africans are trying to get in. And I'm
Yep.
just like,
Yep.
how is this a thing? How is this? Why? I don't understand.
How the fucking hell did they get the money to get over there?
But
Hey,
anyways,
Joel,
back to the article.
if immigrants are here legally, they're fine. If they're here illegally, they need to get the fuck out.
Back to the article.
Oh, yeah, article, yes. Read.
10 minutes left. Thank you. Sue and Noel
How come I
Radford.
do that? Everyone else does it, but then usually ignore me when I do it on my stream.
It's because you're quieter than me.
Because I'm what? Later.
Sue and Noel Radford were childhood sweethearts who got married over 20 years ago. The couple originally planned on having 3 children, X'd it out, but they loved the experience so much that they kept having more. Is it the experience of making the children? Maybe?
We loved having sex so much, we just kept doing it like rabbits.
Exactly. Instead of
What the
relying
hell was
on...
the accent supposed to be?
I don't know. I don't control my accent. It just sometimes happens.
Oh, here we go. This is the information you wanted. Instead of relying on state benefits to support their family, the Radfords gained notoriety for working and supporting themselves with a successful bakery business.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay,
So
so
must be pretty
that being the case, I mean, if they're supporting themselves without anybody's help, without any
I
kind
don't
of
care.
benefits or anything, I say more power to them. What a
At
nice
least
couple.
we know.
Have a nice life and F in the check for respect for taking care of your damn kids.
True. At least we know he's good at putting buns in the oven.
Oh. He did he?
He did.
You stole your dad joke.
Somebody slap him. He's taking my job.
So after the
Oh, no.
documentary was filmed, Sophia got pregnant with her third
That's
baby,
understandable.
despite the fact that she was on a contraceptive injection. Oh, probably the same one I'm on.
So
Follows.
was the conception film too? Anyway,
I have no clue. So meet this. Oh, now it's just advertising going, "Hey, go watch this TV show of all the goddamn children." The end.
don't you hate when they do that? A commercial for a damn TV show hidden or disguised as a fucking news article.
Yeah,
That was this article, though, because I remember this TV show being out a few years ago.
it said it's based back from 2013.
Oh, that'd be why then.
Yeah, there's a similar family like that. Over...
Oh my god, I didn't. Okay, so Facebook has my memories, right, from like 3 years ago, and it's the first time Fawn learned to say no.
Aw.
Well, she didn't say no; she just shook her head defiantly. I'm still gonna share it while people are shilling because it's freaking adorable. I mean, nobody will probably be able to hear the audio, but I'll try. But
it's on social media.
It's old pictures. I'm allowed to do old ones, not new ones, just old ones. Okay,
y'all heard the woman chilling time.
Well, join me Wednesday for a live stream where I actually most of the time have a lady read for me.
Because you can't be asked to read.
I try.
Yes, you're very trying.
Fail miserably. And
Yeah,
fail absolutely miserably.
Oh, you're just taking a.
What?
I'm saying I'm the guy that's supposed to fail at reading news, not reading thunder.
At least I do it naturally.
I'm surprised Green Thunder hadn't yelled at me about his name in my Discord yet.
I haven't noticed. Wait, Discord? Where is it? I don't pay attention to my name.
To be honest with you, Scotsman, based off hearing Green Thunder read the other night where I had to take over, you're Stephen Fry compared.
Oh, yeah, Captain. Oh, look, shiny. That's actually funny.
Pumpkin, you shouldn't have said anything. See how long it took him to find it.
Obviously, it was going to take him a while.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to anything. I'm too poor to pay attention, okay?
I'm still not paying attention to stuff.
Paying attention is free.
Yep. And it also gets you out of a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you can actually stay out of trouble?
Yep.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to do that.
Yep.
Anything to show that then?
It's called listening, too.
I'm gonna have to upload that video on my channel. It's so adorable. Just my daughter sassing everybody.
Anyway,
Batman, anything to show?
Nope.
I feel like you're in the news tomorrow again.
Yep.
10 p.m. GMT, 5 p.m. EST. Watch it and sort of good stuff. Yeah.
Hey, you worked on the thing. Cool. It's more than just watch.
Yeah, I got to build this up as well.
Yep. Matt Queen, anything to sub or anything to show?
I don't have a channel, but I do sometimes volunteer with my church. So on Sundays at 11, there's a live stream of my church, and I'm in the chat. And today, Green and Little were there with me. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
I need to get that into.
Come by if you're interested. Drop by and say hello. So usually I send out the links to all of the Discord servers. I don't like adding everyone because, I see that as rude. But, if you're ever interested, it's in the skill section.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else have anything to show? We good?
We're good. I think.
Okay.
I hope.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Pumpkin Trucker. starting up again tomorrow morning with my almost daily dash cams going back to Springfield, Pennsylvania. Come on out, hang out for a while. My chat is a free-for-all. Don't worry too much about the censors afterwards because, well, my chat does not repeat. As soon as my streams are dead, the chats do not replay whatsoever. So you can don't worry about something coming back to bite you in the behind 6 months later. So come back over tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, for another trip to Springfield, Pennsylvania. Then at 5 p.m., going back over to Scotty's stream for another episode of Bailout Read the News. That's 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. GMT. Then at 7 p.m., come on back over here to Blind Girl's stream. It's midnight GMT for another episode of Blind Trucking, where you might get to hear the Batman say,
Stop hitting me with that celery!
That was a good one. That's a good one. Thanks for coming out, everybody. We'll see you all next time.
Take care.
Bye now.